Buckle up, history buffs. There's more to the legendary Hanging Gardens of Babylon than meets the eye. Or should I say, more than meets the scroll. This ancient wonder, one of the original 7 wonders of the world, has been name-dropped in everything from movies to memes. But what's fact and what's fiction about these mystical gardens? Did they even exist? Well, let's get this straight. Ancient Greeks and Romans wrote them off as jaw-droppingly beautiful oases in the heart of Babylon, now modern-day Iraq. But recent digs by fearless researchers like Stephanie Dale have us on the cusp of uncovering secrets that'll blow the lid off this 2,500-year-old enigma. Stay tuned to see what scientists have discovered so far and how it's changing our understanding of these hanging gardens forever. Get ready for a blast from the past. Babylon was the ultimate powerhouse in ancient times. We're talking empire building, lawmaking, and innovation galore. Let's start with King Hammurabi, who united the region and gave us the world's first ever code of laws. Talk about setting boundaries. Then, fast forward to Nebuchadnezzar II, who took Babylon's reign to new heights and brought forth a golden age of art, architecture, and culture. But that's not all. This city was also a force to be reckoned with when it came to military might, controlling key trade routes and spreading its influence far and wide. Did you know the Babylonians were total brainiacs? They made major contributions to maths and astronomy, leading to the development of our own sexagesimal system that's still used today. Mind blown. And let's not forget their jaw-dropping architecture like ziggurats and the iconic Ishtar Gate. This city was a true marvel. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of history's greatest unsolved enigmas. For centuries, people have been fascinated by this mythical wonder. But here's the thing, we've got a major credibility crisis on our hands. Despite extensive excavations in modern-day Iraq, there's no concrete archaeological evidence to back up these gardens' existence. And get this, Babylonian texts are eerily silent about them too. So, where do our ideas of the Hanging Gardens come from? Greek and Roman writers, who lived long after they supposedly stood tall, paint a vivid picture, but can we trust their descriptions? Some folks believe in their existence, pointing to old accounts and alternative locations like Nineveh. But others are more skeptical, questioning if later stories might be over-the-top embellishments. This tug-of-war between believers and skeptics only adds to the mystery's mystique, and that's what makes it so darn captivating. Let's dive into what we do know about these legendary hanging gardens. Picture this, an impressive series of lush, plant-filled platforms stacked on top of each other, not exactly hanging in the modern sense, but more like tiered green oases. The name Chromastos comes from ancient Greek, meaning overhanging, which refers to trees growing on a raised platform. Now here's where things get romantic. King Nebuchadnezzar II, one of Babylon's most famous rulers from around 600–500 BC, supposedly built these gardens as a heartfelt gift for his queen, Amytis. Legend has it that she missed the vibrant landscapes of her homeland, and so he constructed this breathtaking marvel, right next to an awe-inspiring palace, called the Marvel of Mankind. Talk about love in action. Let's separate fact from fiction when it comes to the Hanging Gardens' mysterious past. Some claim that Queen Semiramis was the brains behind these green masterpieces, but others argue it was King Nebuchadnezzar II who made this lush wonder a reality for his queen. The problem is, there's no solid evidence from ancient Babylonian records and no clear proof in Babylon itself to back up these claims. So, what really happened? Well, here are 3 theories the Hanging Gardens might be entirely mythical, existing only as an idealized vision of an Eastern paradise in Greek and Roman writings, or they could have existed but been wiped out around 100 AD, leaving us with little more than whispers of their former glory. Now let's dive deeper into the legend of the Hanging Gardens. There's a third theory that suggests these breathtaking gardens might actually be connected to an incredible Assyrian wonder in Nineveh, near modern-day Mosul. King Sennacherib allegedly built it, but what about Babylon? The ancient Greek and Roman texts paint vivid pictures of lush greenery cascading down 75-foot-high terraces, creating a jaw-dropping waterfall effect. It was like stumbling into paradise amidst the scorching heat of Babylon. This magical oasis brimmed with exotic plants, fragrant herbs, and vibrant flowers that not only mesmerized the eyes but also tantalized the nose. Add statues and towering stone columns to the mix, and you've got a true marvel of nature and architecture, the epitome of ancient luxury and beauty. Let's uncover more secrets about this ancient wonder. Around the 6th century BC, King Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon is believed to have built the Hanging Gardens as a heartfelt gift for his queen Amethyst. The reason behind this grand gesture: she deeply missed the lush landscapes of her homeland in northwestern Iran, today's Media, and he wanted to bring a piece of her home to their desert surroundings. Now, it's impressive enough that the gardens had such intricate architecture, but what's even more fascinating is how they were maintained. To bring life to this arid land, scientists think an advanced irrigation system was developed using pumps, water wheels, and cisterns, basically a 3,000-year-old version of a sprinkler system. This genius engineering allowed water from the nearby Euphrates River to be lifted up all the way to the top of the gardens. So, how do we know all this? Unfortunately, our sources are Greek and Roman texts, written years after the gardens were said to have been destroyed, leaving us with more questions than answers about these breathtaking hanging gardens of Babylon. You're right to wonder if these incredible gardens were just a myth. For years, people have searched for proof, but it's as if they vanished into thin air, or at least that's what many thought until now. In the early 1900s, even a determined team of German archaeologists spent 2 whole decades scouring the desert grounds in search of any sign of the gardens, but to no avail. This lack of concrete evidence has left some experts questioning whether these legendary hanging gardens were just an ancient fairy tale. However, renowned historian Dr. Stephanie Daly from Oxford University might have finally cracked the code. In her book, The Mystery of the Hanging Garden of Babylon, an Elusive World Wonder Traced, she presents groundbreaking research that could be the long-awaited proof we've been waiting for. Is this the end to the mystery? Hold on to your hats, folks. Dr. Stephanie Daly is shaking things up with a game-changing twist on one of history's biggest enigmas, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. For too long, we've believed that these breathtaking gardens were built by King Nebuchadnezzar II in ancient Babylon. But what if that's not the whole story? According to Dr. Daly, the reason we can't find any physical proof in Babylon might be because the gardens weren't actually there all along. That's right, she's challenging the status quo with a bold new theory. After delving deep into ancient texts and artifacts, including an intriguing sculpture at the British Museum, Dr. Daly suggests that the Hanging Gardens were built elsewhere, and by someone other than King Nebuchadnezzar II. With her book The Mystery of the Hanging Garden of Babylon, an elusive world wonder traced, she's bringing fresh perspective to this centuries-old mystery, igniting debate and fueling curiosity about one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles. Get ready to have your minds blown. Buckle up, everyone. Stephanie Daly is about to blow the roof off the traditional tale of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. She's been digging deep into ancient texts and artifacts, and what she's found will change everything you thought you knew. Instead of being built in the city of Babylon by King Nebuchadnezzar II, these incredible gardens might have actually been constructed around 300 miles north in Nineveh, the former capital of the powerful Assyrian Empire. And get this, it was an Assyrian king named Sennacherib who's behind this jaw-dropping feat. Dr. Daly's research reveals that Sennacherib built his own palace in Nineveh and used a game-changing invention, a bronze water-raising screw, to create the very same kind of breathtaking gardens we've long associated with Babylon. It seems we've been pointing our history books in the wrong direction all along. You won't believe what's popping up from the sands of time. The pieces are all falling into place, and it's clear that King Sennacherib's innovative spirit was key to creating the Hanging Gardens. Imagine a game-changing device 4 centuries before Archimedes' famous screw, a bronze water-raising tool that could have been used to quench the thirst of these majestic gardens. And here's where things get even more mind-blowing. Recent digs near Nineveh have uncovered an impressive aqueduct system, straight from the ancient blueprints found in inscriptions. It seems Sennacherib ordered a watercourse to flow all the way from the nearby mountains to the city. Talk about a watery wonder. The palace reliefs are giving us a glimpse of lush gardens thriving under the careful irrigation system. And it's no coincidence that this layout would have been a breeze to set up in Nineveh, where the terrain is a bit more rugged than Babylon. All signs point to Nineveh as the true home of the Hanging Gardens. Here's the deal. We've been scratching our heads about the Hanging Gardens' whereabouts for centuries. But historian Stephanie Daly thinks she's cracked the case, and it all comes down to a little bit of Assyrian influence. After they conquered Babylon in 689 BC, Nineveh started getting some serious Babylon vibes going on. Even King Sennacherib renamed its city gates to match those of Babylon. It's possible that this led people to mix up the two locations over time, making us question if these gardens were just a myth after all. But Daly's got proof that they should be called the Hanging Gardens of Nineveh instead. She's uncovered some serious evidence pointing to their existence in Nineveh, not Babylon. And get this, Sennacherib's garden was no ordinary oasis. It was an engineering marvel, staying lush and green even in the harsh summer heat. You guys are probably wondering why Assyrian kings were total garden gurus. It's because they had a thing for building mind-blowing gardens that would make any green thumb jealous. King Ashur-nasir-pal-suqa was like the OG gardener. He created canals and planted an insane variety of trees, from almonds to cypresses, and even fruit trees with grapes. There's this epic sculptured wall panel in the British Museum from the time of Assurbanipal that shows what a mature garden looked like back then, and it matches up with what ancient writers said about these gardens. And get this, Sennacherib's palace was no joke. It had massive limestone blocks for flood defenses and was even partially excavated in the 1800s. But here's the thing, we still don't know exactly where his famous garden was hidden within the palace complex, mainly because the area has been used for military purposes, making it tough for archaeologists to dig up more info. Now that you know about their supposed irrigation systems, let's talk about how Sennacherib's garden in Nineveh must have needed some seriously advanced water supply to keep everything lush and thriving amidst the scorching desert landscape. You're about to get schooled on some serious ancient tech. Sennacherib's irrigation system was like the ultimate feat of engineering. It had canals stretching over 50 kilometers all the way up into the mountains, and he even bragged about his genius moves in detailed inscriptions. This king was low-key obsessed with showcasing his advanced water management skills, from automatic sluice gates to a mind-blowing aqueduct at Jerwin, built using an insane amount of stones over 2 million, and featuring stone arches and waterproof cement. Talk about a medieval marvel project. But here's the thing, despite all this awesomeness, we might never actually uncover the secret spot where these gardens once flourished. So, what do you guys think? Are these hanging gardens just a myth born out of ancient Roman legends, or is there still hope for uncovering their hidden history? Now it's your turn to share your theories. Will we see a breakthrough in uncovering the secrets of these ancient gardens?